The statistics that we do have are from 2014, and that year there were 365 people who died in car crashes related to chemical use. It's extremely dangerous, and even though alcohol is legal, it has a lot of health consequences. You know, when you are drinking and driving, you are your reaction time is lower, and it just makes you at such higher risk to hurt yourself or someone else.
I work really closely. It started with an idea from E. Polson, who's been working with the chemical ed part of it, and also with our local St. Francis CDA developing it. And then we reached out to the police department and fire department. This really kind of started last year. We started talking about this as an option, and right now we're going forward with it, and it's been a great experience working with all those different agencies to try to make this happen.
I was a part of a team. We started meeting almost right after the beginning of the school year, and it took a lot of people working together to be able to make this mock car crash happen. We've been meeting like once a month with the local police department, the fire department, you know, paramedics, and Mr. Austin from the school here has also been involved. And then, you know, we've also been working very closely with the St. Francis community for drug awareness.
Some schools in the Anoka School District have. Last year when we did a brief presentation right before prom during Chemical Awareness Week that we did, you know, we had some speakers talk about some personal stories and things like that. So that was part of it. And in that process we watched a lot of mock car crashes. We actually showed one last year. And the thought is someone had a contact at Northfield, and we used that person as kind of the springboard to get this program going forward. And they do it every other year, and that's kind of our plan, is to do it every other year so that we get all the classes. We decided just to do it with juniors and seniors just because we only have a limited amount of space in the area that we're going to do it, which is going to be in the main parking lot. We will have some of the students park across the street at the Run River Regional Park, and we'll use that place up to stage the car crash.
I was involved in a mock car crash probably 15, 16 years ago in Northfield. I was part of the very first one, and I saw the impact it made on the kids. And when I started here a couple years ago, I tried to get it started, and it really takes a lot of planning and a lot of people to be on board. And this year we finally got on board, and I think everybody is going to see a huge impact that this makes, and something that's going to be for every other year. We're going to present the mock crash so people can see actually what we see and things that we have to go through, and just real life. This is going to be real life.
So we're going to have 5 students from the school who are going to be involved in the mock car crash. Of those students, one of them will not make it through. We're going to have ambulances, local police, fire department. We're going to have a helicopter. It's going to be...
A big part is it shows too that, you know, on our professional side, that how all the different services, you know, fire, police, Alina, air care, that's how we operate on a daily basis. And it's nice to be able to have us agencies sit down and talk through stuff without actually an event happening. So when an event actually does happen, we already know what you are going to do and what they're going to do.
Really big deal. Part of what I'm glad about with this mock car crash is that we're doing it in time for graduation, because one of the concerns that I have is that a lot of times people will go to grad parties and that kind of stuff, and they maybe drink at one and then drive to the next one, and that's such a setup for people to get into fatal car accidents related to drinking and driving.
It's real life, and a lot of kids think, hey, it's never going to happen to me. It's going to, you know, some other kid's going to get into this crash. It's never going to be me. When in reality, it can be you.
If you think that they're too drunk to drive, then they are. And I would always err on the side of being too safe rather than sorry. You know, call their parents, give them a ride home yourself. You know, if you're going out, there should always be a designated driver.
I think the most important thing is that they avoid doing those behaviors, and that they think twice, especially when they get behind the wheel of drinking and driving or using chemicals, and to think about not only themselves but also how it can impact others.